What up?
What was that elephant noise?
I just watched a documentary and I rewatched it again about whales.
That was a whale?
It was I'm not underwater, so I can't do the like sweet string sounds that
Oh
they
my
make.
God. This is off the rails already.
Yep.
I love whales.
I watched it like 2 or 3 weeks ago and then rewatched it again. It was all about sperm whales.
Cute.
And when you're diving with sperm whales, you're told to not get in front of them because their sound is so loud, it can knock you out and cause damage to your muscles and bones.
Dang.
That's how loud they are, like 20 times louder than a jumbo jet underwater.
Dang.
They talk to each other when they're in different oceans.
In different oceans? How? How? That's so far. I don't understand.
They're so loud, and the wavelengths that they sing at, one in the Atlantic can talk to another in the Pacific Ocean.
I don't know if I believe that.
You can look it up. It's true.
I will.
And like I said, they tell divers not to swim in front of them because the sound can knock you out and damage your internal organs. It's so loud.
Dang.
And some scientists think that it's so loud, it might even heat up your organs even though you're underwater.
That's crazy that you say that because I watched that Titan Netflix doc last night and man.
Oh, about the ship?
Yeah, that little stupid scuba thing.
Yeah, the trash can that was a trash can.
Yeah. This is the thing. We have gotten our world into a big situation where we're always in trouble because we let stupid men with stupid ideas do the stupid ideas and nobody tells them not to. What are we doing? There was a million people that told that guy not to do it. And he's like, I'm rich. I know what I'm doing. And then people get in it and then they exploded. What the fuck?
I don't understand. Where is the person who says, don't?
Yes.
But there are, bro.
But that's on people too, to not realize that the person that's putting you in that situation is stupid and you're doing it anyway. Like, what's their education? What's their background? You have to look at the source. Like, this is your responsibility. And I could be talking about a lot of different things in the world right now.
That is true. I feel like there's a weird analog between like when I was 14 and wanted to jump from one roof of one house to another. So I asked another like 14-year-old boy if it was safe.
Yeah, you don't ask a different idiot if what you're doing is good. No. God, that doc was exhausting. It's good though.
I love the ocean, but I get weird fear about stuff like that.
Oh, me too. Why would you do that?
I had a friend, Sean, who was retired from the Navy, and he was a submarine commander, and he would put me into anxiety attacks when he would tell me about like, yeah, you get to a certain depth and you can hear the ship basically coming apart.
They showed it in the doc because there was test dives and at certain feet they would show it cracking and it showing up on the thing with the cracks and they didn't listen to that either.
Crazy.
No
thanks.
Good grief. A new sound has been added to the Whoopod lexicon. Tenney's dying whale sound. I wanted to update you because listen, I told y'all on here that remember my nephew asked me who Bean was because I had the pin on and he's like, you don't like him anymore?
Yes.
So listen, 2 weeks later, I go to the Tigers game with my dad and my brother and it was like the most wholesome outing that has ever happened. So we played like musical chairs the whole time and some of us were sitting next to whoever. So anyway, so at one point my little tiny nephew is sitting next to me in the middle of the ball game. He taps me on the shoulder and he goes, where's Bean? I'm like, what, bro? What? Listen, he has learned of his existence one other time in his life, and it was weeks ago. And then you ask me at a ball game in the middle of the day where my dead dog is. That's crazy. I feel like how does he know? He wasn't alive when Bean was alive.
Yeah.
Kids are psychic.
How old is your nephew right now?
3 years old.
Ooh, it's all going away though.
No, it can't.
No, he's not going to remember any of this. In like 2 years, he won't even remember like going to the baseball game.
Why? It's crazy. He has learned. We've talked about him one time. And I feel like when we had that conversation, we didn't even say his name out loud. His little name was on my pin and he goes, who's that? And I said, that was my last dog. And now he's at the ball game asking me, where's Bean? Like, that's crazy.
This is the moment, your nephew is in the moment when kids are absolutely there at their most magical. They exist in a world outside of space and time.
Yeah. Listen, and then over his head, I tap my brother and I go, he just asked me, where's Bean? And my brother, I go, what the fuck? And my brother goes, I don't know. He just knows stuff sometimes. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It's all going to go away in like 2 years.
That blew my mind. So that's one update. We're keeping eyes on weird shit my nephew says to me.
I think it's interesting when because this happened at one of Bruni's events, one of the Strange Escapes events, where Charlotte wanted to be on stage, and Charlotte is Amy's daughter, and Charlotte said, like, I've known my mom longer than you. And I said to Charlotte, I've actually known your mom longer than you've been alive. I knew your mom when you didn't exist. And the look on Charlotte's face when she heard that, like she had never considered that she didn't exist.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was really weird.
Yeah, I might have that with my nephew too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all they know is that little world that they've known
That's
for
all they know.
a few years. That's nuts. But
That's
yeah.
why when you're little, you're like, when am I going to be your age? You don't
Yeah.
even realize like that other people are aging. You just always assume they're that age. And
Yeah, they're going to stop. Yeah.
Right. You've stopped and then one day they'll be your age.
It's nuts. He's so smart, for real. And then the other tiny update that I have is one of my tattoo clients, who's also a podcast listener, she was booking an appointment with me, and she goes, in the message, my heart stopped. She goes, okay, I'll see you then. And she goes, also, remind me to tell you that my friend is like the director at the Henry Ford, and I told her about your rant about Coppola, and I have to tell you what she said. I was like, oh no.
Uh-oh.
I know, my heart stopped. I'm like, oh geez. So she said, well, my client told her everything that I said in the podcast episode, like unleashed everything about how I thought it was so interesting, and I didn't give a fuck that he didn't talk about the movies, and how it was stupid that all the rich people were sat up front, and how it was stupid that they cut him off, and that he should have been able to talk for as long as he wanted. And I guess the lady like agreed with everything that I said.
Well,
and she took down my information and the podcast information in the episode, and she said she was going to look into it and blah blah blah. So I was like, good. I hope she listens to it, and I hope if this ever happens again, they invite me.
And you get to sit in the front row with the rich people.
Well, no, I don't want to sit by. They can sit in the back. But
oh, you got to get in there. You got to get in that mix and fuck them up. This is what I learned when I was running for mayor.
Mm-hmm.
You can tear down City Hall by standing outside and hitting it with a hammer, but if you can get down in the sub basement, you can knock out a support strut and get that fucking thing to fall.
I know, you're right. You're right. I feel like, though, honestly, well, it would have to be a new set of rich people, because I feel like anybody who went to they would never go again.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Again. Yeah, but there's always new rich people. Isn't that wonderful?
No, no. It's not for anybody good that's going to do anything good with it, but... One other tiny thing that happened, Bex came to town to help me with my monstrosity of a front yard. And we went to a bunch of nurseries, and we went to this one nursery far away from here, and a murderous cat clawed Toad right in his nose and made him bleed. And y'all have never seen me so fucking mad. It was insane. We were literally just standing there, and this cat came out of nowhere, made an absolute... Toad didn't even move. It happened so fast that he didn't even move. He didn't get excited. He didn't be like, oh, look, there's a cat. It happened so fucking fast. This cat put its fucking little nails right in his nose, and I reached down, and when I pulled my hand back, it was his blood, and I was like, you make my little boy bleed his own blood? I got so mad. And nobody did anything. They didn't do anything about it. Nobody reacted. Nobody did anything, and I scooped him up, and I carried him out, and I wrote a very mean Google review.
That cat was probably at some point traumatized by a dog.
Listen, I like when businesses have an animal, but if your animal's going to be there, they better be chill as fuck. It can't just make a beeline for a dog and stab him in the fucking nose.
That is true.
I was pissed off.
Sorry, Toady Monk.
I know. And then I was thinking, too, the last time that happened to Bean before, too, we were at the Lizzie Borden Bed and Breakfast taking a tour, and young Bean got scratched by Lizzie Borden's cat right in the fucking nose and made him bleed. So now it's happened to both my children.
Oh, history repeats itself.
I know. I still love cats, but bro, cats are...
They're wild animals.
Why'd they do that? Toad's a man of the people. He's just a nug. Gotta be nice. Do you have any shit?
I'm watching the new Taskmaster, if anybody's interested in the new Taskmaster. Season 18 has started. They have their first American on Taskmaster. It is Jason Mantzoukas from How Did This Get Made? And if you saw a picture of Jason Mantzoukas or heard his voice...
I can't picture them, but I know that name.
Yes, you would immediately know who he is. And it's very funny. I think they're on the 8th episode right now. His goal as first of all, this is so amazing interesting to me. You've got Taskmaster, I think, like I said, 18, 19 seasons of it.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Mantzoukas is an American comedian, actor, fan, writes them a letter, says, I want to be on it. They said, we'd love to have you on it. We just don't have a budget. He's like, I'll fly myself there and pay for my hotel. I just want to be on the show. So he's literally
For the whole season?
The whole season he paid to like live there.
Oh my God, that's
show.
expensive.
And he said his goal was, and he's not wrong if you watch these episodes, you need to just watch clips on YouTube. His goal is to destroy their studio. Like if he has an opportunity to flip a table over or like throw something through a window, he is like breaking the entire set. It is super
It's gonna
funny.
make them think Americans are crazy because we are crazy.
Listen, it's already been pointed out many times.
I knew it. I knew it.
It's very funny. The other thing is too is they'll keep saying stuff and Jason doesn't, because he's not British, so he doesn't know what they're talking about sometimes.
Oh yeah, they're slang words or whatever.
Yeah, or they'll say like, they'll hide something in the wardrobe and Jason's like in my wardrobe? And they're like, no, in the wardrobe.
Like in a cabinet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's like never grown up
That's
knowing.
not even a hard one.
That's not an example. I'm giving you the easy example because I can't remember the things that they've been telling him.
Like when they say bangers, what are bangers?
Sausage.
Bangers are sausage?
Yeah, bangers and mash, sausage and potatoes.
Did not.
You didn't know bangers were sausage?
No. I did not.
What about a full English?
Is that the thing with beans?
The full English is a breakfast.
Yeah, but they have beans on it, don't they?
Yeah, it's beans, toast, blood sausage, regular sausage, potatoes, and mushrooms.
No.
And tomatoes. It's full English.
No, don't like that.
And I have a new kind of favorite comedian from this new Taskmaster, if people are watching it. Her name is Fatia El Ghori. She is hysterical. Look her up on YouTube. Her presence is a delight. Her comedy is very funny. So look up Fatia El Ghori.
Cute. Loves it. I'm still watching The Mortician on HBO, new true crime doc that I wish they would just drop all the episodes, but they're not dropping one at a time. But it's good because the terrible person that they're covering in the story is on the doc. So they're telling you the story firsthand and you're just like, man, this person is the worst. I literally eat that shit up. I love that.
Are they in prison or something?
Well, they went to prison, but I think we didn't get that far. But I think the first episode was like him getting out. And then he's been sitting there talking about it every episode. And every episode gets worse because he just did bad things.
I'm always interested in when I watch like Cold Case or 48 Hours, one of those shows, and they're interviewing everyone. And I'm always trying to figure out which is the person who's in jail.
Yeah, I know. I do that too. And they're in street clothes. And I'm like, but then they'll show them in a room. And I'm like, oh, you got me because you put regular clothes on them.
Yep.
I know.
I'm always trying to figure out, like, does that person look comfortable in those clothes? Because they had to wear them just for this interview.
Well, I'm always judging their hair and makeup too. Because I'm like, wait, did they give them a fucking dye job? Did they do their eyebrows?
I'm always I look at the background to see if they're still in a prison that's been tried to make it look like they're in a hotel room or something.
Yes. I know. I love that. I love when I'm wrong. I'm like, oh, I love that. Because you think they got out and then you hear their sentence and you're like, no, they're still in.
And then they do that final cut in their inner orange suit jumpsuit in the prison.
Oh, I love it. That's good television. Listen, my other gripe that I think of, why the fuck? Every doc, just listen to me. There's nobody listening that makes docs. But anyway, why does every print where they say the update have to be so fucking tiny? Can you make the print bigger? This is the information that wraps up the entire doc and it's like 8-point font and I have a giant television and I can't see it.
My dad was complaining about the same thing when they do historically based films, and then at the end where it tells you what the real people did.
It's the tiniest lettering you've ever seen.
It's on a 70-inch television set. It's still a 10-point font.
Literally, I have a 65-inch television. Why can't I see what's keeping you? Have the whole screen. Can you make it bigger?
Yeah, it's wild.
Unreal.
But if they have to tell you where they're in Houston, the word Houston takes up the entire screen.
I almost just spit out my drink. You are correct. Yeah, can we have the information in that font, please? Jeez. Or my thing was, can somebody read it out loud at the same time? Why isn't somebody narrow it? Put it on the screen, but have somebody read it too.
Yep.
Why can't we be in charge of anything? Everything. That's what I meant. We're not in charge of anything. And then the last thing that I watched recently is I want to give a warning because listen, the new horror
Oh,
movie.
wait, before you go into it,
What?
I just want to announce to everybody, Vortilac is on Canopy for free.
Yay! Did you watch it?
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh my god, it's so good.
And they released a new updated version of The Keep for free on YouTube, one of my favorite Michael Mann horror films. It's always been only available as like a VHS rip, but recently someone put out a 4K, and regular YouTube has released that HD print for free.
Dang.
So The Keep is on YouTube, Vortilac is on Canopy. I just wanted to make people aware of that. Free stuff to watch.
Everybody watch it. Everybody watch both. Yeah, the last thing I wanted, the new horror movie Bring Her Back by the guys that made Talk to Me, which was like very well received, crazy horror movie. So yeah, their new movie Bring Her Back. Hard warning. It's really good, but it's not a fun time. It is a bad time. The whole movie, the vibes are terrible. It's very depressing. It's very triggering. It's very gross. Like I was trying to explain it to somebody saying like, you know, in horror movies, something bad happens and then it brings you back up, and then something bad happens and it brings you back up. This movie brings you into the sub basement of your life and you never leave, and it's the worst. It's very gory at some parts and it's a yucky vibes, but I will say it's really good and really original and shot really good, and every actor is good. Like it's really good, but I was like screaming out loud. I was like making noises, covering my face, and then when it ended, I stood up off the couch and I went, Jesus Christ, like out loud.
I only saw one review for it, and you're telling me exactly what the review said. The guy said this is the horror movie version of Dancer in the Dark with Bjork. Now, have you ever seen Dancer in the Dark?
Yes.
It just gets worse.
Time.
It just goes down the whole time. Things just get worse and worse. And he said this is the horror movie version of that film.
Yes, it is bleak and a bad time. And like if you like, some people like movies that are like Scream, and if you don't like bleak, terrible, gory horror movies, don't turn it on. Because like there is this thing going around TikTok right now where I can tell that they, even before the movie was out, I can tell that they paid TikTokers to talk about the movie, and they come on screen and they're like, there's this new movie out called Bring Her Back. No, it's not fucking normal. And I can tell by the way you're talking that you didn't watch it because you're not traumatized. So like don't trust if you see normal people online talking about it like it's a normal movie. It's not a normal movie and it will fuck you up. So if you like, I'm not kidding. So if you like nasty horror movies, watch it. If you don't, literally don't turn it on. That's my warning.
You can watch the Vortilac on Canopy.
Yeah, you can watch the Vortilac. It's really pretty and whimsical. Tiny shout outs. You guys, our friend Adam Berry has a new podcast called This Haunted Life podcast on all platforms, Spotify, Apple. I think you got a shout out in one of the episodes. I don't know which one, but there's one about amusement parks, and he said something that you said.
Oh, okay.
So you guys check out this
check it out.
Yeah, you listened to it already. Anyway, you guys check out This Haunted Life podcast. And then I wanted to give a shout out to our friend Monique, longtime friend of both of ours, who is a big fan of the podcast. Shout out Monique.
Shout out Mo.
What up, Mo? Other
when
tiny
you
fan?
said when you first said tiny shout outs for some reason, my brain is so hectic right now. In my head, I thought you were going to go tiny shout outs right now. Small frogs, ladybugs, tadpoles. I thought you were doing a shout out to tiny things.
Shout out to miniature versions of things that are usually big. Oh, that's funny. Like when on Free Slurpee Day, when they give you the smallest Slurpee ever made.
The smallest one.
Oh my God, that's funny. And then another thing I wanted to tell you about that doesn't have anything to do with anything. There is new, this ties right in. It goes right off what you just said. Listen, I've been meaning to tell you about this. There's a new stamp set, USPS stamp set, and it's baby wild animals.
Oh, there you
And
go.
they're so cute, and I bought them immediately.
What are the animals?
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, jeez.
I don't have them with me, but they're really cute. They're like stylized, artsy baby animal. Oh, they're so cute. You guys look up the USPS baby animal stamps and get them. They're so cute.
Are they forever stamps?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad that the USPS is making some money. It's not like they just raised their P.O. boxes again this month.
They raise everything. Shipping stuff is so freaking expensive now. Okay, and the very last thing that I have to talk about is a very wholesome thing that came across my TikTok, and then I did it just because I wanted to see if it would work, and it did work.
Oh, no.
No, it's very cute. It's very wholesome, and you guys will like it, and I feel like it'll help some of you guys out there. So listen, there is a website called LasagnaLove.org, and it is a network of people across the country who will literally put a lasagna on your porch, and they don't care why you want it. If you just had a baby, if you just had surgery, if you have depression, if you're having a bad time, anything. They don't want your reason. They don't give a shit. It's people doing nice stuff for no reason. So you go to LasagnaLove.com or no, LasagnaLove.org, and they will match you up with somebody in your area, and it's contactless delivery, and they will see if the day is okay for you, and they will put a freaking hot lasagna on your porch, and I'm not kidding. And it took about 2 weeks, I think, or maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks, and a very nice lady brought me a lasagna and put it on my porch.
And how was it?
Well, listen, I come from an Italian background. It did not taste like my grandma's lasagna. It tasted like a white person made it, but I still ate it. And it was very nice. And so, yeah, I feel like you guys know how it is. Like when you're like literally in the worst depression and you're like, I'm not going to feed myself. I'm not going to take a shower. I can't fucking do anything. And just like that little burst of kindness, I feel like would change a lot of people's like trajectory of their week or their month or their year. So like if you're having a bad time, even if you're not having a bad time, even if you're like, I have a million fucking things to do, and the last thing I want to do is feed myself. See, go to Lasagna Love and get some kindness. And also, you can sign up to be one of the lasagna people. So if you don't think you need it, sign up and do on the other side. And they have served 530,000 lasagnas to people that need
Holy
it.
smokes.
Isn't that cute?
It is very cute.
I know. I couldn't wait to tell you guys.
It's cute. It's another, we're learning to help each other and feed each other because we're all going to have to rely on each other.
I know. We're all going to have backyard gardens. We're all going to have to barter. Well, we should be bartering cucumbers right now anyway because they all have E. coli. So if anybody wants to give me,
Is that
every
what happened
week,
to me weeks ago?
maybe if you've eaten a cucumber, they're all fucked right now. Everybody be careful.
What about zucchini?
I think those are fine. Also, bag salad. Don't buy bag salad.
I don't ever buy bag salad.
Yeah, those have all had E. coli. Be careful. We did that. We're doing the thing again.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't say something nice
I
and then
forgot.
talk
I
about
love
E.
lasagna.
coli.
Very good, nice lasagna.
Yay, okay, we're done. That's all.
Okay, we did it.
We did it. Good job, everyone. We'll get baby wild animal stamps.
Get yourself a lasagna. Make someone lasagna.
Make somebody a lasagna. What else? Watch Taskmaster.
It's very funny.
Don't let your cat scratch any dogs in the nose.
No, that's mean.
So mean. All right, that's it.
Okay.
Very good job.
I'll talk to you later, buddy.
Oh my God, bye.
Are you really done?
Yeah, I'm done. I don't have
Okay, buddy.
anything else. Oh my God, bye.
I was surprising you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Toad. Bye, Toad.
Bye. Bye,
Bye,
Toad.
Toad.
Bye.